What's up, guys? This is Tyssassin and welcome back to another episode. It's episode 22, and last time we put together a new storage room here in the base. And, oh yes, very good. It's this one right over here. And, yeah, put together some storage, got our nether wart feeding in here from the nether wart farm, and kind of prepared things for some more farms, which we're going to work on today. That's right, today. So I have been out here working tirelessly, just exhausting work here at the temporary pumpkin farm. It's no longer a temporary pumpkin farm, though. It's a temporary melon farm because I don't have access to melons really at all. I had to fly off and get some melons and break them down and make seeds, and yeah, for right now we're going to grow some melons just because we need melon seeds to seed the farm that we're about to make. So today we're going to be working on a melon and pumpkin farm because melon and pumpkins are super useful for trading. That's the big thing. Villager trading. It's a great product for that, and we need a ton of them. We're going to do a ton of villager trading during the series, and yeah, I need these things as quick as possible. So, but today we're not going to start out just, you know, jumping in and doing all that. I've got something more entertaining planned, and I need to gather a couple of random materials here, and we're going to have just a little bit of fun. Oh boy, what are we doing? You know, I've been talking about this cactus farm a lot lately. I'm tired of it. It's blocking the view of our sugarcane farm, and it's filled up all of the everything. All of the things are filled. So I think what we need to do is take a moment here to really enjoy the view, and then blow this thing to smithereens. So I'm wondering, I haven't played with TNT in quite a while. Can you do this? Oh, can I? Oh, you certainly can. The only bummer is that it didn't do what I was hoping it would do. But it's okay. We can still take these out one at a time here from the ground. So there's one. There's another. There's another. Haha. Let's go assess the damages real quick. Yeah, that's fine. Not too big of a deal. So we'll just corner this off real quick, and yeah, the cactus farm is gone. So I'm quite pleased. I don't know about you, but I couldn't be happier. So if you don't know, this was a very temporary farm. I wanted access to green dye, kind of on a temporary basis, and yeah, yep. We have plenty of that. So I think we'll just put this in here for right now, and we'll move on to better things. So let's talk a little bit about let's talk a little bit about the farm today. So over here in this room we have this nice viewing window, and if you're new and you don't know, over on this side we have a sugarcane farm. Ta-da! And yeah, I really like this look where you can kind of see into the farm and, you know, see how it's doing and all that. Maybe watch it harvest, etc. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing over here with our Melon and Pumpkin Farm. So what that means is that I've got, as always, a giant hole to dig. So yeah, we're gonna work on that right now. I've got to dig an 11 by 12 hole, and the good news is that it doesn't have to be too big because the actual nether wart farm is sitting on top of this. So right over there, this giant thing. So I only have to dig down from basically that room down. So let me work on that, and we'll get a little bit of room made here for this new farm. Well, guys, we've run into our first problem. I didn't get very far. So when I put together the water streams or the item streams here for the nether wart farm, apparently I didn't really take into account that I was going to put something underneath it. So yeah, this is kind of like the output lane for the farm, and it just heads over here, drops down, etc., etc. So yeah, I need to go like 3 more blocks this way in order for this to work. So I'm gonna have to move this as well as actually maybe repair this. I think I can just do that, and maybe one of those. So it also looks like I've dug up a little bit too high. So yeah, can I make that work like that? I think I can. So I got a little bit of work to do here to fix up our item streams, and then we can dig this hole. Well, that's all sorted out now. Had to do some major modifications there, but a couple of good things came from it. I was able to raise that up one, and that one as well, and then we just kind of routed things around behind this. So yeah, hopefully that will work out just fine. I think that it should, at least for now. I'm a little worried about future base design and kind of how that goes, but I think we'll be good. So yeah, that's done, and now it's time to get back to digging this hole. But we've got a good start. We've got a good start. So this is kind of the approximate size that we're going to need. The actual farm's around 9 by 9. So we're going to stack a whole bunch of these suckers up and hopefully reap some serious benefits from it. Okay, the hole is dug, and I ran out here to spawn to grab some iron from the iron farms, and I've been thinking a lot about spawn lately, and yeah, let's go ahead and fill our inventory and grab some iron blocks. I've been thinking about, you know, some of the design here. I've not been out here in quite a while, so I think we're going to come out here maybe the next few episodes, maybe. And while I have you here, that should be more than enough. So let's just leave that there. And I want to ask what you think of an idea that I have here. So here at spawn we have these. Dang it! I keep throwing stuff today. We have these iron farms. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah, I do believe is there some below too? I can't remember how many we have. I thought we had 8. Is that a thing? I don't remember. No, I never got around to building the rest. So yeah, I've considered increasing the size or the number of farms. So there's enough room for one of these down below, and I think 2 above. So there's something like that. Maybe it's 3 on each of these, but there's plenty of room for iron farms here, and I think that we might increase that at some point. But I was kind of thinking about this circle that I have here. So I put this in a long time ago. Or what seems like a long time ago. It was only a couple months ago, I think now. And I think I should really make this circle a lot bigger. And then I think what I'd like to do is to build up a bit of a wall and give it kind of like an angle in towards the center there. So like if we had this iron here, I'm not going to make the wall out of iron, so just be aware of that. But like maybe do like a something like this, where we go like in and maybe in one more, and build the wall up kind of like that. So let me show you kind of the angle that I'm talking about. Something like this, so that it has kind of like a lean towards, maybe even take off the top one here. But yeah, I've been thinking a little bit about this wall that I've been designing, and kind of want to think, what do you think? What do you think we should do here at spawn as far as decor? So, I mean, it's great because these iron farms are just rocking all the time, but it could definitely do with a little bit of a redesign. So if you got any ideas, let me know down in the comments below, and I'd love to hear them, and maybe I'll put together some designs based on your comments. Back at the base, and we've been doing some crafting over here. Got some materials put together, and yeah, this is the hole, and we're about to make some important decisions. So we're going to be building an ilmango design. It's a melon and pumpkin farm that's like just super duper efficient, and the nice thing with it is it's stackable. And I had a design in mind of my own, and I made the mistake of watching a video, and yep, we're not going to go with my design anymore. Oh yeah, which is a bit of a bummer, but that's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the first level in a position that we can kind of see the farm, right? And we'll be able to see all the melon pumpkins, and then you'll also be able to kind of peek down and see the rails where the hopper minecart's going to be going back and forth. So we have enough room here. We actually only need 6 blocks up, and I think we have 7 blocks there. So I'm actually going to probably cover that top there with droppers or something like that. That's actually what this by the way is droppers. I kind of like the the texture of them. So, but first thing that we need to do, because this thing unloads from the bottom, and you'll see once we get this thing built, kind of how it works. But there's a minecart, then it goes, back and forth on the layers, and then it goes down to the bottom. Actually, no, it goes up, goes down through the layers, and then it unloads, and then it comes back. So, yeah, that probably makes no sense, and yeah, I'm probably not helping you understand what's going to happen. But basically, there's all these different layers that we're going to want to build, and I don't know precisely how many layers we're going to do. I think it's going to be about 4 is my guess. But what I want to do, because I'm being kind of choosy about being able to see this farm really clearly through the window up there, what I'd like to do is get all these layers here built. And these layers that I'm building right now are actually the areas that the minecart is going to travel on. So once we have these built, we'll be able to kind of determine how many we can fit in and still fit in our unloading station at the bottom. So that's going to be kind of step 1 for the build. So let me get this done here, and then I'll bring you back and show you kind of what the next steps are. All right, that worked out pretty well. So yeah, basically we've got each of these divider column things, and we're going to fill all these in with slabs. And I contemplated using quartz slabs, but the thing is you're not really ever going to see them. So we're just going to use stone slabs. You're going to see them from the edge of the farm here. And basically the platform that we're going to put on this, we're going to be able to see it from here. So it's kind of the nice thing, if you can imagine there being a block right there, right? You'll still be able to see underneath there. And when the minecart whizzes by, you'll be able to see that. So based on this, we'll have one farm here, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I nailed it. So there's going to be four total layers of this farm, and each of the farms are 9 by 9 of dirt. So yeah, what we need to do here is get all of the slabs in, and then we can actually kind of build the first farm. And I think the way I'm going to build this, as far as efficiency and what have you, time, I think I'm going to build this layer by layer instead of kind of going slabs, 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 and then putting in the dirt and then putting in all that, because it's going to be tough to get up and down. I think the other thing that I'll do, because I've been flying up there, I think the other thing I'll do is I'll put in a ladder. That seems like a great idea. Just want to quickly make one of these type of deals. I need a chest first. So making some progress here, and yeah, things are going quite well. So I just wanted to grab one of these guys so that way we could do a little bit of testing here. By the way, I made this little pop-up crafting table last episode, in case you missed it. It's pretty cool. And yeah, it puts a crafting table in this room that didn't have one before. So yeah. So yeah, we got our rails laid down here, and yeah, it just kind of goes detector rail powered rail, detector rail powered, detector rail powered, detector rail powered, etc. And yeah, we laid down the one above here as well. So I'll show that to you in just a minute, but I want to show you one other thing, which I think is pretty important here. So there's a dip in the rail right here, and it's set up so that the minecart will be able to drop below that and come back up. And actually, yep, yeah, it's in the right direction. So it'll go, it's going to come this way, fall down, and then go back up, of course. But we need to place a water source right here. And of course, we don't want to do that right now because it'll go everywhere. And the way that we're going to prevent that is with some iron trapdoors. But we can't place it here because that's now in this block space. So that's no good. We actually need to place it underneath there. And of course, below us is a big long fall. So there's a bit of a trick. If you have some elytra, you can just zoom into this mode and boop, there you go. That's how you do it. So I thought I'd show that to you in case you're building this or something similar. A little trick for you today. So yeah, water source is going to go right here, and nope, it's going to go right there. And of course the trapdoor will keep it from ruining all the rails and everything else in the world. So this platform though is done except for the pistons, which we'll take care of next. And yeah, I wanted to show you really quickly how the minecart setup works here. So basically we're going to have a I guess like a little what do you call it, a little zigzaggy deal that goes up and down this back wall. And this is where the minecart's going to go from the collection station at the very bottom. It'll zigzag back up in the wall and come right up here to this spot. And we'll put like a powered rail there, We'll grab a lever. And yeah, you get the idea. So it'll zoom up here and it'll start going across these. And the cool thing is that we don't need any redstone dust or anything to activate the pistons that are going to be underneath, because the detector rails will take care of that for us. So you'll see they even activate the powered rails. So this thing basically zooms along, activates all the pistons on the top level here. And then once it makes it to the end there, you'll see that it comes down here. There it goes. And it'll make its way across here as well. And of course, since it's a mine cart hopper, if we toss some items here on the ground, you'll see that those get picked up by it. Unless I missed, which, you know, yep, definitely did. So yeah, nothing made it in there. But I think you get the idea. You know what a minecart hopper is. And if you don't, you haven't been watching my channel long enough. This is also a slime chunk, which, you know, just like every chunk, I'm pretty sure my entire base is a slime chunk. It's not, my base isn't as big as you think. It's only 16 by 16, and it's just a giant slime chunk. So anyways, we're going to put in the pistons next. And yeah, we'll get this first layer done, and then we'll start working on the rest of them. Pistons are in, and yeah, looking pretty good. We'll go ahead and till the soil and all of that later. We have to collect some seeds and stuff. So yeah, what it's time to do now is do the same thing to the other 3 layers. Well guys, wow, a little bit of time has passed, and the good news is the farm itself is pretty much done. Yeah, it's the next day in the real world, and I've done a little bit of work on this thing. I want to apologize, the video is coming out a day late, but I had some trouble with the redstone fitting everything in, and I am stubborn, and I wanted that 4th layer at the bottom. And yeah, I've connected it up to our little beacon underground, you know, get access to all the farms and all that kind of stuff. So over here, there's some chaos, utter chaos. So I'll tell you what's going on. We got an observer chain here. This actually controls the farm, turns it on and off, and it is part of an item elevator, because that is the only way it was going to fit in. I don't even know if I can get over there anymore. So yeah, it's literally part of the item elevator. We've got our 4th layer here, and it drops in. Minecart goes over here, and I had a minecart. Hopefully I haven't lost my minecart, but anyways, minecart stops here, unloads into another minecart with hopper right there, and that goes into a hopper chain under these droppers, into the item elevator, up into these item streams, and right over, can I get any higher here? Right over here. Right over there is the item streams for the netherwort farm. So that goes to the item elevator that's in our main room, up and into the chests. So yeah, we're rocking here. So I do kind of wonder what happened to my minecart with hopper, because there was one right here, and I think I have this all set up right. Yeah, that's in the off position. Okay, let me hunt that thing down, and then I just harvested our melons outside, so I'm gonna start seeding these things so that way it can start growing. Just grabbing myself some more bone meal. I've got the farm all seeded up and planted and everything, so yeah, just a little bit more to do, and we'll be ready to test the thing. But each of the layers are taken care of except for this one, so I'll bone meal the heck out of this real quick. And actually, this is the one I planted first, so some of them are on their way already. So, but we're about to be able to test this thing. I wanted to explain a little bit better the redstone from the prior clip, though. So, just like a couple things in my base, I have kind of a control interface, I guess, if you would. I want to be able to interface with the farm and have a spot where I can flip the thing off. So, you know, for example, if I'm recording, I don't want to run the mob farm and the melon and pumpkin farm and everything else at the same time. You know, could maybe lower the frames. Maybe. Actually, this farm's pretty efficient, and so is the mob farm. It's not too crazy. So, yeah, these things are going to start growing really fast here. So, but yeah, let me explain to you kind of what we're doing here. So we have the lever right here, and when this light is on, the farm, of course, is running, and when it's off, the farm is off. And basically what that does, and I've done a very similar thing over here in the mob farm. So what this is here is this controls the minecarts down below that run below the magma blocks, and this actually controls the farm, which is up here. And it runs up to a hopper timer that basically goes back and forth with some items and, you know, flushes the mobs off. You can kind of see that light blue. Maybe you can see that on YouTube, not too sure actually. But you'll see the water there flushes the mobs off, and basically it turns off, turns on, etc. So here that light is connected directly to the bottom here through an observer chain. It's actually the same redstone that I use in the mob farm. So basically observer chain comes all the way down here, and it's basically sending a super fast pulse through these observers. And if I can get over here, it's going to send a very fast pulse into this piston. And when I turn it on, that fast pulse grabs this redstone block, brings it back, and unpowers this line, unpowers this repeater, and allows this torch to turn on. And that actually will trigger the hopper and open the gate, let this guy out and run, you know, up the farm. And of course, when it gets back, once it unloads, this comparator on the other side, if I can find it, that one, you can't really see it, but anyways, that comparator will turn off, and again, it'll trigger this. This dropper has a single item in it, so it runs a quick pulse to the gate, lets it go again, right? So when I turn the lever in the position it's in right now to turn the farm off, again, the pulse comes through, super fast pulse into this. It spits the block out, leaves it right here, powers this, and then it basically forces this torch to stay off, so that way the next time that this cart comes down, even when it's completely unloaded, it won't allow this this guy to run and gate to open and all that. So that's kind of what's going on down here, and just a little modification to ilmango's farm. So if I didn't mention it before, the link to the farm will be down below, and I'll actually link another video that he did. It's the video that is the reason why I didn't build my own design, and it talks about how to make a ridiculously efficient melon and pumpkin farm. So yeah, give me just a second here. We'll head up to the top and fire this thing off for the very first time. Okay, guys, we are ready to fire this thing off for the very first, the very second time. You can see here, there's some items laying around. I had to do a little bit of troubleshooting. I had a rail that was updating, and basically when this thing went down this line, right, the minecart went down that line right there, it would actually update the rail that's on this little track at the back, and it would move it so that instead of facing this way, it would face this way, and then it would get stuck right there. So kind of an unusual thing. Minecraft has some weird mechanics with rails, so no big deal. But let me tell you what we're gonna do here. We're gonna launch this thing off for the very second time, and yeah, basically what's gonna happen is the minecart that's at the very bottom in that position there, it's gonna get released, and it will come up this track right back here. Hopefully you can see that little track right there. So it'll go up there, it'll hit the top layer, and there's detector rails there. They're gonna pop each of these pistons down and start breaking these. So it'll take just a second or two for that to come up, but basically it'll run through the whole area, break all of the melons and pumpkins that are here, and then it's going to fall down right here, actually, where that log is. It'll fall down and do the next layer. So there goes the first layer. Very nice, very nice. And hopefully this run, it won't do anything crazy, but we should see the minecart goes down. And as long as it starts coming back, yeah, we're doing good. So it's breaking the layer below now, and it's going to run through its whole thing here. And if we're really good, we can go down and catch the thing at the bottom. So it will then hit the very bottom and, of course, unload its items. And I haven't actually tested any of the rest of it, so hopefully it will go into this item elevator that I've got over here, and make its way up here and through the tube here. So we don't want to stand on that, so let's see. Hopefully it will come down here shortly. So I'll cut real quick and come back once it does. I think here it comes. Yep, there it goes. So it should stop right there, and then items should feed through and up here and into the water. Perfect. So let's go see the very last stage of this, which is going to be back up at the top. So I just wanted to kind of walk you through what all is happening here. So this farm, man, I am super excited about it. Super excited about it. It was a little bit difficult to build, especially because I really didn't want to, move any of the layers. So there it is. It's going up back to the top and breaking the items again. And hopefully here in just a moment, we should start seeing some items. There they go. This is perfect. So there's our melons. Pumpkins should follow those right after. Any time now. Wow, this thing collected a lot. I have a strange feeling this farm is going to be pretty good. Pretty good. Just melons so far. Come on, pumpkins. So those will basically make their way into this room. There's a hopper chain. If you don't know about this room, sorry about all the mess here. This red area here is for nether wart, and then the orange is going to be for pumpkins, and then all the green here will be for melons. So I tossed some melons in here earlier. There's some more, and there come the rest of them. So that is working. Oh man, this is so great. This is so great. Wow. Yeah, I'm a little blown away that we haven't seen any pumpkins yet, because they're certainly down there. I wonder if I'm gonna need more than one item elevator for this farm, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. But yeah, I think this is working pretty well, and I'm not noticing any frame lag, so that's a good thing. I get just a little tiny bit, I think, when I come over here, but looking pretty good. So I'm going to flip this thing off, and let's make sure that part of the mechanism works as well. So, but I think it should just work just fine. So actually that appears to have a gap in there. So I'm thinking that maybe it did stop. I did have some pumpkins though, so hard to say if they're coming through. I'll have to keep an eye on that here and make sure that we're actually getting pumpkins to come up as well. But other than that, I think this farm is working very well, really well actually. And I'm pretty sure, if I run this thing, it's going to start filling up these chests like crazy. And like I said, we're going to be utilizing these for a couple things. We'll use melons occasionally for brewing and stuff like that. We'll use the pumpkins, of course, on occasion as jack-o'-lanterns. But really, this whole melon and pumpkin farm is designed for villager trading. So in the future, if I haven't mentioned it before, we will be building a pretty sweet villager breeder and start doing some major trading with our villagers here in the world. So that's kind of the plan, and this is the big step to make that start happening for us. So, but listen, guys, I really do hope you enjoyed the episode, and yeah, I really like this farm, man. I think it's going to be really good for us, and like I said, I think it's going to make a huge difference in the emerald game here in the world. So, but I'm running out of time in order to get this episode out to you. Again, I'm sorry it's a day late. So, but I wanted to make sure that I got it all done, and can't rush the redstone compacting down there. It was a little bit of a complex game of breaking and remaking and adjusting and putting redstone inside of item elevators. It was a mess. But listen, guys, again, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, leave it a like, and if you're new, go ahead and subscribe. And for now, I will see you next time, because this has been Tyssassin, and I will see you in the next episode.
Meanwhile, across town, in this less than fashionable cubbyhole of the San Francisco Examiner, these editors are programming today's copy of the paper into that same Ohio computer.